All right, welcome to The Explainer. So glad you're joining us today because we're going to completely demystify artificial intelligence. We hear the term AI thrown around constantly, right? And it's just so easy to picture complex science, intimidating walls of code, or some crazy futuristic sci-fi scenario. But actually, scratch that. I want you to completely shift your perspective right now. Don't think of AI as a science experiment. Think of it as an accessible, everyday toolkit. Think about a master builder for a second. A master builder doesn't construct a whole skyscraper with their bare hands. They use precision tools to scale their vision, boost their efficiency, and turn all that heavy lifting into totally light work. And that is exactly what we're going to do for you today. We're building your personal architect's toolkit. This explainer right here, this is where your AI journey officially begins.
Now, I think almost everyone secretly asks themselves a certain question when they see someone just crushing an incredible project or effortlessly automating their workflow. Be honest. Do you ever wonder if the people using AI right now are somehow just smarter than you? It's completely natural. It is so easy to feel like you're falling behind the curve or to just assume that leveraging artificial intelligence takes some deep technical skill, a computer science degree, or just some innate genius that you don't happen to have.
Well, here is the deeply empowering answer to that. No, they are absolutely not smarter than you. They're just using the right tools. And honestly, that is the core realization I really want you to take away from our time together today. The gap between where you are and where they are, it's not intellect. It's simply a matter of knowing exactly which levers to pull. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what those levers are. We're going to look at 5 AI tools that are fundamentally changing how people work, how they create, and how they think. And the absolute best part, you can start using all of them today, entirely for free.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for building your toolkit today. First up, we'll define the right AI tools. Then we'll move into mastering ChatGPT. We'll explore visuals with Midjourney and DALL-E, organize the whole shebang with Notion AI, and finish up with voices and smarter search.
All right, Section 1, the right AI tools, or what I like to call your official starting line. We're confidently removing any pressure right now. You literally do not need to know how to code, program, or engineer a single thing to use any of what we're about to discuss.
So I'm moving right into Section 2, ChatGPT Master the Prompt. Think of this tool as the brain of your toolkit. You've absolutely heard of it, but we really need to bust the biggest beginner misconception about it right away. You see, most people go wrong right out of the gate because they treat ChatGPT exactly like a traditional search engine. Let's call that the Google way. You type a super basic, generic question in, and you expect this magical, perfect answer. But when you do that, you get a generic, kind of robotic-sounding response back. That is definitely not how you unlock its real power. The secret here is the AI way, which relies heavily on context. Context is essentially the fuel the AI needs to give you a great output. The more specific you are with your detailed prompting, the way more powerful your result's going to be.
So instead of just typing something vague like, write me an email, try this instead. Write a professional follow-up email to a client who hasn't replied in 3 days. Keep it friendly, short, and confident. Now think about what we just did there. By giving the AI parameters, a highly specific situation, and most importantly, a clear tone, you are basically acting like a movie director. Those adjectives, friendly, short, confident, they're directorial cues that completely change the output from a stiff, boring form letter into something that actually sounds like you. Boom! Just like that, you suddenly have a tool working actively for you. And you can use this exact same framework for writing, brainstorming marketing ideas, breaking down a complex subject you're trying to learn, or even writing code. The possibilities literally open up massively once you master the prompt. Okay, now that we have our brain, we need a way to visualize our ideas. That brings us to Section 3, Visuals, featuring Midjourney and DALL-E. Consider this the canvas of your toolkit. The really crucial point here is that with AI image generation, you do not need to be an artist. Not at all. You just need to be imaginative. This tech completely replaces the traditional barrier of artistic skill with pure imagination. It's this shockingly short bridge between a vague idea in your head and a stunning reality you can actually look at. Step 1, you just type a description, literally any description, like a futuristic city at night with neon lights, cinematic style. Step 2, you receive a highly detailed professional-looking image within seconds. Insane, right? And here is where it gets incredibly powerful. Iteration. Let's say you get that futuristic city, but you don't actually love the neon lights. No problem. You just ask the AI to change it to a warm sunset, and the iteration is instant. For content creators needing YouTube thumbnails, small business owners designing posters, or anyone needing concept art, you can iterate and create instantly. No waiting around for a designer.
So generating brilliant text and stunning visuals is fantastic, but how do we manage all of this output? Well, that brings us to Section 4, Notion AI for instant productivity. Let's go ahead and call this the organizer. Now, you might already know Notion as a fantastic app for organizing your life and work, but with AI built directly in, it essentially transitions into your own built-in personal assistant. It brings this sudden, amazing clarity to a chaotic work life. You can highlight text and instantly improve your writing. You can summarize massive hour-long meeting notes in just one single click. You can turn brief bullet points into a fully fleshed-out report. But honestly, maybe the absolute best feature is how it handles a messy brain dump. Imagine you have this stream of consciousness paragraph filled with random thoughts and halfway formed ideas. We've all been there, right? Well, you can highlight that mess, and Notion AI will generate a structured Kanban board or a clean, prioritized to-do list right from it. If you have a busy brain, and let's be real, we all do, this tool is designed specifically to tackle those exact productivity bottlenecks. All right, we are down to our final two powerhouse tools. Section 5 covers voices and smarter search. Think of these as the voice and the researcher. They're brilliant additions that handle some very specific, advanced edge cases for us. Tool number 4 is 11 Labs, and I've got to say, the technology here is genuinely fascinating. You simply type text, and it generates an incredibly human-sounding voice in any language and any tone. I mean, the nuances in the breathing and the inflection are practically indistinguishable from a real person speaking. Podcasters, YouTubers, and marketers are using this right now to create perfect voiceovers and audiobooks. But think about the broader utility here. Let's say you record a video and you flubbed one single word. Instead of setting up your microphone all over again to re-record, you can just clone your own voice, type the correct word, and patch it in seamlessly. Or you could use your exact vocal tone to translate your content into Spanish, French, or German to reach a massive global audience. And if you're sitting there thinking this sounds wildly expensive or strictly for enterprise studios, there is actually a free tier available for you to try out right now. And that brings us to our fifth and final tool, Perplexity AI. You know how traditional search engines leave all the heavy lifting to you? They just hand you a massive list of links and you have to click through them, dodge all the pop-up ads, and dig through the articles yourself just to find a simple answer. Well, Perplexity AI takes a completely different approach. Think of it as a deeply capable researcher. It doesn't just hand you links. It actually reads the web for you in real time and synthesizes a full, crystal clear breakdown. And even more importantly, it cites its sources. As it explains a topic, it provides little footnote numbers that you can actually click and verify for yourself. This beautifully addresses one of the biggest fears beginners have, that AI will just, make things up. Whether you're looking into current events, deep research topics, or just simple product comparisons, you get the answer directly with the receipts attached. For students, researchers, or just curious minds, this is an absolutely massive time saver. So we've covered a tremendous amount of ground today. We've explored the brain of ChatGPT, the canvas of Midjourney and DALL-E, the organizer that is Notion AI, the voice generation of 11 Labs, and the researcher Perplexity. But listen, I want to take the pressure off right now. You do not need to master all of these overnight. Your toolkit takes time to build, and trying to learn 5 new platforms at once is just a fast track to burnout. So the only challenge I have for you today is this. Which single tool will you choose today to start building your future? Pick just one. Open it up, play around with it, and just see how it feels. Because here's the thing, the future isn't replacing you, it's just waiting for you to pick up the tools. Stay curious.